book lovers? It is G-Swizz here, and I'm here today with my most anticipated releases, well, the second half of 2017, if you will. So I realized when I was going through my most anticipated releases of this year, the end of last year when I was talking about my most anticipated releases, I mentioned a lot of titles that have either been pushed back or I haven't even read. There's only been like a couple of titles that are like anticipated on that list that I've read. Let's be real. On this list will be some very exciting second half of the year releases. For your information, I have not mentioned any of these on my original anticipated releases video of 2017 because I won't really have a chance to do this later on in the year. I may as well just do it now and talk about my most anticipated releases of the second half of the year. Let's get started. First of all, we have Because You Love to Hate Me by 12 or 13 amazing authors and 12 or 13 amazing booktubers. I don't remember, it's one of the numbers. Oh boy, I'm really excited for this one. I wasn't actually really anticipating this one at first, not because I don't like booktubers or authors or something like that. It's just short stories aren't my thing, but I'm really anticipating this now. Like when you think about it, these are tales of villainy and I love villains. I really want to see their take on villains, and to meet some different villains would be amazing. I'm really excited for it. However, this is unfortunate. This book does not release in Australia till September. It's released in the UK and it's released in the US, not in Australia till September. So that is a downer, but you know what? I'm excited for it either way. I'm hearing a lot of great positive things about it, and considering that this is a short story collection, that just makes me happy. That makes me over the moon. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. The next most anticipated release I have for the second half of the year is Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart. I honestly cannot wait for this one. I've requested a review copy and I don't know whether it's gonna come because every single time I try to request a review copy from this specific publisher, like they never get back to me. I seriously just needed this. This was the book that I needed after We Were Liars. And of course, the next book that I'm really excited about to come out this year is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. Let's ignore the fact that the cover is horrible. I'm really excited for this book. I love Cale. I've always loved Cale. Always will love Cale. No matter how much hate he gets, no matter how much maybe Sarah in the past has tried to make us not like him as opposed to Rowan. I love Cale. I still love him and I will read anything by Sarah J. Maas, and especially if it's about Cale, because Cale is one of my favorite characters ever. And yes, I understand why he was not in Empire Storm. So a lot of people were mad about that. And then now a lot of people don't really care about it. At first you could see people like really mad about the fact that Cale Westfall wasn't in there. And then now you can see people's true colors and being like, oh yeah, no, I don't care about Cale Westfall anyway. Like I'm not gonna read this book. But it's necessary to read for going into Throne of Glass book 6 or book 7 because Tower of Dawn is technically Throne of Glass book 6. But in all honesty, I'm really excited to read it and I am excited to see what he went through during the events of Empire Storms. My next most anticipated release of this year is definitely Warcross by Marie Lu. I would have never said this a year ago. I would have never said this before I read the Young Elites trilogy by Marie Lu. The cover dropped like the week I was reading The Rose Society, and in all honesty, I adored The Rose Society. The Young Elites trilogy is one of the best series that I've read this year, and I'm so happy that I read it, to be honest, because I didn't feel like giving Marie Lu a second chance. I hated Legend. As I distanced myself from Legend, I hate it even more, to be honest. But Young Elites was really well done. I love that series to bits. It's awesome. It was seriously an amazing surprise when they dropped the cover for Warcross that week because I had already been on a Marie Lu kick and I loved it so much. I'm like, you know what? This book changes the game. It literally does change the game because it's about video games. Woo! I'm not just picking it up because it's by Marie Lu, who wrote Young Elites trilogy and I liked, or because of the cover. I want to pick it up because it gives me Ready Player One vibes. And you guys don't know me. That's one of my favorite books of all time. Next book I have on this list today will be Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I cannot believe John Green is finally coming out with a new book. I remember the time where he said on one of his vlog videos that he doesn't know whether he's going to be able to write another book again and meet the standards of The Fault in Our Stars. I remember feeling so emotional once he said that, and I remember feeling so cut. I was like, no. This can't be it. I really believe in John. I believe in his concepts. I love his concepts so much. I understand that a lot of people don't like the fact that teenagers are thinking very philosophically, but I feel like it encourages teenagers that are reading the books to think that way. It encourages teenagers to use their intelligence. That's what I personally love about it. Like, it inspired my youth girls. My youth girls loved John Green. They're the ones that introduced me to his writing. I was introduced to his Vlogbrothers channel beforehand, and I would watch them every single week. I did not know that John Green was like a fiction author. I read The Fault in Our Stars, and then I ended up reading Looking for Alaska and Paper Towns and An Abundance of Catherines. I loved every single one of those books, and I understand that they're very polarized now. Like, people all of a sudden went on a rampage of like the manic pixie dream girl type of trope and stuff. John Green is working on that. He's working on that as an author, and you can actually clearly see that. And so I'm really proud of him as a reader of his books, as a watcher of his channel, as a goer of VidCon. I don't know what you call that, but I'm really excited for VidCon because the Vlogbrothers are the ones that started VidCon. I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I 100% 100% support John and Hank Green. I love them so much and I cannot wait to read this book. The next book that I'm really anticipating this year is Witchwood by Tohara Murphy. This is a companion to Furthermore, and I have not yet read Furthermore, but I don't know if you can read that one. Like, I don't know if you can read Witchwood beforehand or Witchwood afterhand. And it's so funny because Furthermore was like one of my most anticipated releases of last year and I didn't pick it up, but I'm really excited to read another book by Tohara Murphy because I loved Shadowmead. Like, Shadowmead was awesome and I cannot wait to see what else she has in store, and she's writing another trilogy to Shadowmead, so that's gonna be exciting. My next most anticipated release I have on this list will be Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I love Marissa Meyer, guys. I will read anything that she writes. I understand that Heartless wasn't actually the best book by her. It has very mixed reviews and I understand because it doesn't really have the sci-fi elements to it, but this one's about superheroes. If you know me very well, you know that my guilty pleasure is superheroes. Like, superhero, that's my buzzword. Renegades is literally for me. Like, it's by one of my favorite authors and it has to do with superheroes, so technically it's for me. She wrote this for me. It's not yours, it's mine. My next most anticipated release is from an author that I haven't actually read by yet, but I'm really anticipating it because I loved the storyline of his previous novel, although I haven't read it yet. Like, I've watched the movie, but I'm really excited to read that book, and I'm planning to read that book in anticipation for this one. And this book that I'm talking about is Artemis by Andy Weir. Now, if you guys don't know, Andy Weir is the author of The Martian. The storyline of The Martian is one of my favorite storylines ever, and I cannot wait to read the book. The reason why I haven't read the book yet is because, like, I watched the movie beforehand, and I regret that. I didn't even really want to, but I watched it beforehand because it was a birthday gift to me to go see it, and then I put off reading the book because I had already pictured the movie in my head, and so I'm like really worried that I'm gonna still picture the movie in my head. But nevertheless, I'm excited. I'm super excited. The second last anticipated release I have on this list is from an author that I have read by, but I haven't started the series yet. This is the second book in the series, but I am gonna be starting it because I'm gonna be going to like both the book launches for this. And it is God's Grave by Jay Kristoff. This is the second book in the Nevernight Chronicle. I think that's what it's called. I'm really excited for Nevernight. I have the first book on my shelf and like I know that I'm gonna like it. It has to do with a school for assassins. Any type of school is awesome, but like an assassin school, that is badass. Shut up and take my money already. And my last most anticipated release of this year is also like from a series that I haven't fully read yet, but I'm anticipating it because it is from one of my favorite authors of all time, and that is Magnus Chase and the Ship of the Dead by Rick Riordan. Now, I've read the first Magnus Chase book, and to be very honest, I've forgotten almost everything about it. Because here's a fun fact, I tend to binge read Rick Riordan's books. In order to remember that I binge read them, I have to at least read like one or two in the same month to like really fully get so much out of it. And I didn't really get too much out of that reading experience, but what I'm really excited for is to just buy all the books in that trilogy and just binge read them within a month or something like that, and just have like a Norse mythology month. And it comes out the same month as Thor Ragnarok anyway, so October is going to be a very Norse month. So that is going to be it for this video today, book lovers. You can follow me on my social medias. I'm at G-Swizzelbooks on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm also at Goodreads. That's www.goodreads.com/G-Swizzel. I love you, book lovers, and I will see you later. Peace.